Yeah.
Yeah. Barcodes, invoices, and this is medical. I mean, I'm not even going in, and I can grab this data. I'm Jason E. Street. I'm a hacker, and I rob banks for a living. I do pen testing. It's like finding vulnerabilities to better protect the client. I'm wearing a DEF CON leather jacket and red Thundercat tennis shoes, and within 2 minutes and 22 seconds, I'm behind your teller line, and I go, I walked in, you've got a problem, you may want to address that. When a guy comes up with a ski mask and a shotgun, he doesn't usually end up having a great day. But when I walk in with a jacket and jeans, I'm here with Microsoft, I'm here to make the network faster. I am telling you, their answer is going to be, yeah, it is running a little slow. What door do you need opened? Computers are really good tools to commit crimes with nowadays. When you're doing a pen test, you're trying to recreate the scenario of an actual attacker. I sit down with the client and tell them, this is what I would like to do. I could steal all your corporate secrets this way. Then I do like a 3-day engagement. I spend the first day or two being the worst thing to happen to you at the worst possible time in the worst possible way. Usually, I can walk in to a place and just go, hi, and I'm in. And I plug in my USB drive. Like a Hack5 rubber ducky, it operates a code that can compromise the machine. That's on easy mode. But on that third day, I come back with a representative of the company so the employees know that I'm legit, and then educate them on what I did and how I did it. I'm trying to make sure everybody is comfortable with what happened. Make sure they turn that into a positive lesson instead of a negative one. That's why penetration testing is so important. Now, if someone else goes in and they don't have authorization, they're not going to be able to get in.
And we're recording. See you in a little bit. Right.
Penetration testing is basically a social engineering engagement. Most employees have that voice in the back of their head going, this ain't quite right.
Could you let me in real quick?
And they're looking at me, and I can tell by their face, they know I don't effing belong there. And then they go, okay. They don't want to be rude. They don't want to cause waves. I was in Amman, Jordan, robbing a bank there, and I don't know too much Arabic. Whatever. I start walking in like I own the place, go straight down the farthest cubicle I can have access to, and I plug in my USB drive. And then I go to the next one. And the bank manager comes up to me and she's like, you can't be doing that. And I'm like, you're right. If you don't think I should be doing this, it's like, we should definitely contact somebody. I compromised 5 machines. She realized something was wrong, but she wasn't trained to counteract that because I didn't have a ski mask on. I did not fit the pattern. And so I was like, you know what? I've got some paperwork in my car. She said, yes, you need to go get the paperwork. And they let me leave. But I'm trying to get caught. I'm trying to create a teachable moment. So one of my best engagements that I've ever been on was this year. I had pen tested the company the year before, and this year, they caught me several times. That shows me that my job that I did last year worked. A hacker. Every one of us. It's like that innate curiosity of a child that said, this is what we're told it's supposed to be, let's do something different. The key thing is questions. Why did you get that email? Why does it have that link? Were you expecting that email from that person? And there's also this wonderful device. It's a great hacking device. This thing, you can make phone calls with it. Call the person up did you send me this sketchy looking email? No one wants to talk to Bob in accounting, but just question.
Could you let me in? I just went to the bathroom and I didn't have my badge.
When you're living in a dumpster fire, you got two choices. Go get marshmallows and watch it burn, or try to put it out. That's what motivates me. Not just showing where it's broken, but showing people how to make it better.
All right. So if you guys can't tell, he gets paid to do this as his job. For those that are interested in kind of learning how to do this or doing it, down the road, there may be opportunities for you guys to kind of learn to do this. I've been working on a project for a while, basically creating my own, actually one of the people working with me to do it is here in this room. I won't say who in case I want to keep that private, but I've established a cybersecurity pen testing company with IT solutions as well, which we're going to end up doing and also outsource if it's too much for us, working with another company. But, you know, eventually down the road, because we already got projects rolling in, we're just trying to get the team together, make sure everything's good. And we got like eight or nine employees at this point, including like auditors and lawyers and a lawyer and whatnot. But just keep this in mind, you know, as you guys build your skills and figure out what you guys want to do, when you figure out what you want to do, don't just sit around and wait, because there might be opportunities you guys might miss out on if you don't have the proper skills or whatever the case may be. And it's getting pretty big already. I've got a couple of executives telling me that they're happy to help and even putting me through with their contacts. So again, you know, just make sure that you guys are on top of it. But back to the video. What did you guys find most interesting? Just kind of throw out there, you know, what really struck you the most about, you know, what was most provocative for you in the video? Anyone, come on.
I want to do the same thing, bro. I want to go in there. I want to just want to mess with people, dude. Love that crap. You kidding me? I'd go in there all day long. You're gonna pay me to go into a place and be in an uncomfortable situation for everyone else. I'm doing it. You kidding me? I can't go to jail for that. I'll do it. You serious? Your job is to troll in real life.
Yeah, I don't know about not going to jail for that. Yeah.
No, you can't. You're protected. The companies will tell you, hey, I want you guys to do it. That is literally what a bounty program
Well,
is.
if you're going in there with them, you're not being hired. That's different.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Yeah.
But like he said, that's his job.
Yeah.
He made that his
to
job.
pull out the contact information to be like, here's the card that says I'm allowed to be here. But
No, that's after. That's like right
that's
after.
if you get detained. Which
If you get
during.
detained. Yeah.
Anything else you guys saw that was like super cool? All right, well, I'll just get right into it. So where NMAP fits, NMAP's objective is basically for penetration testing. I mean, you're just scanning things and scanning things. You can port scan. It essentially tells you information that you can utilize to use in your penetration testing. It tells you TCP ports. I want to make this clear. You can scan UDP ports, which is a whole different thing, if you specifically tell it to. But NMAP basically kind of tells you what's going on with the network, what devices are on it, what OS, version, etc. I mean, we'll talk about that more. Let me just get right into this.
It scans, guys.
Yeah. I'll just start here. I'm using a VM, by the way. If you're gonna get a VM and get Kali, use VMware. It's so simple. I hate VirtualBox.
My VirtualBox.
It's bad on
just
Mac.
great.
Yeah, it's just terrible on a Mac.
Well, the good thing if you use VMware instead of VirtualBox, you don't have to use guest editions. So I guess that's a benefit. I mean, it's up to you guys.
All right, so basically, I'll kind of do like a table of context for you guys about like what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about how to identify hosts in a network, port scanning, enumeration, like I said before, what features are available in the tool, and how to use some of the features. And then we're gonna learn how to install NMAP, which turns out is actually native to the package manager on Kali Linux, apparently in the newer versions. But I'll teach you guys how to install NMAP anyway, which is a GUI for NMAP, if you guys are into that. And by the way, ZenMap and NMAP are supported on Windows as well. It's cross-platform. So, if you want to tinker on your Windows PC, go ahead and do that. But I wouldn't suggest that, because if you're scanning stuff and whatnot, it's a two-way connection. You scan it, but you're also saying, hey, this is me when you scan it, which comes back to you. And on Windows, typically, you don't have defensive tools that you have on Kali Linux. Because Kali
Just
Linux.
Don't use any tools on your personal computer.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Bad idea. Because Kali Linux got those defensive tools to kind of help you out if you're in a forgot the word to use, like a digest and a bunch. Yeah, in a jam. There we go. Sorry, my memory is just all over the place. All right. And we'll talk a little bit more about NMAP syntax, which is basically just the command that you're running. So NMAP, it's abbreviated for network mapping, or network mapper. It literally just kind of gives you an outline of what the network looks like and what's running on it, etc. I feel like I'm just kind of repeating, but just in case you didn't know. It's an open source cross-platform and security auditing that gives you valuable information about hosts on a network. And you would think it's used only for red teaming purposes, but it can be blue team, which is defensive based. It has the ability to detect live hosts on a network, and it performs sweep on a network to get an idea of what devices are on it, like I said before. You can actually detect and test firewalls, and there are ways to get around said firewalls in NMAP, more specifically host-based firewalls and more distantly network-based firewalls, but that's a little bit more complicated. Port scanning is just the enumeration of services that are currently running. It's like the first thing you'll see if you run NMAP. If you use -F, that'll run a port scan on whatever IP address you use, or multiple IP addresses. You can do multiple if you'd like to. Once you guys have discovered an active host on a network, the next step is to perform a scan. And then once you've identified open ports, you need to get the information from the ports, which is services running on the open ports, version, scripting engine to identify vulnerabilities. Because in your terminal, you can actually find vulnerabilities related to what information you have, depending on if you know how to do that. And then you get the ability to detect the host OS, which is like the operating software, if you don't know what OS means, based on banners that have been obtained or found within the open ports. So we'll talk a little bit more about how NMAP works now. So NMAP sends like specific packets, because it sends packets to the system, then it receives packets back, and based on the responses, it can tell kind of what's going on. So, I mean, it tells you what OS is running, firewall, what services are running, etc. So based on responses sent from the packets, it deduces information about the hosted network. The information is useful because it helps identify vulnerabilities. You have all this information to work with. What's stopping you from using that and exploiting those vulnerabilities. And it also tells you about misconfigurations of services that are running on open ports. A job as a pen tester, this is super relevant. All of this is super relevant to pen testing. If you're starting out pen testing, you're going to need to use NMAP. That's just how it is. And it's their job to identify vulnerabilities in systems and exploit them and then report them to a client. And what's great about NMAP 2 is when you run it, it gives you documentation to use. It tells you the time and date you ran the command. You're supposed to use that to tell the client when you ran it, etc. Information related to that. So now we'll talk a little bit more about the features. So network mapping, host discovery, port scanning, service version detection, service enumeration, vulnerability scanning, firewall detection and evasion, which is like stuff like fragmentation, spoofing, and decoys. And you have the ability to slow down or speed up scans based on stuff you put in the syntax, which is the command. So if you put, I can't remember what the prefix is, but if you put, I think it's after, like if I put -F, or -F, and then you put like, I don't know, like, I can't remember what the prefix is. I think it's like -B or something, and then it followed by numbers, but is it?
-SV.
Oh, yeah. And then it's followed by numbers. Certain amount of numbers will dictate how many seconds, to slow it down or speed it up. Because sometimes if you go too fast, you can get flagged and rate limited. So sometimes it's better to go slower. So I'm going to talk more about the anatomy of an NMAP scan, which is just kind of like what it looks like in the command. So when you perform an NMAP scan, you have the utility NMAP. Here, I'll bring this up so you guys can kind of see. This is on my own VM too. So you have the utility, which is just NMAP. It's telling you what utility to use and all the stuff that you have in Kali. And then you provide the scan arguments or options, which is just hyphen, and then followed by whatever letter you're using. And case sensitivity matters. Case sensitivity matters. I learned the hard way the last time we talked about NMAP. I don't know if you guys remember, but it matters. So if we use negative or hyphen F, for example, it does a port scan, especially if I give an IP address. So if I just like, I'm not gonna. I've been really bad with operation security lately. Like I'll literally pull up my own IP address with you guys. I'm not gonna do that anymore. But once you run the command, it tells you how many open ports there are, and it lists them with their state. So it can be open, closed, or filtered. If it says closed, that doesn't necessarily mean it's closed. It could just be a firewall. So just be careful when you're trusting information like that. That's due to like generalization.
If you want to show a scan, you can use scanme.nmap.org. You're allowed to scan that one, so you can use that as a test.
Okay, I'll do that then.
I actually just
I'm pretty sure Google will
It's a honey.
too much.
It's a honey pot, man. Just scan it.
Just hit mass scan. What will happen?
That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
Oops, where? Oh, there it is.
Done Google like 16 times. That's enough.
I can put the
Yeah, you can use the domain name. But
Okay.
Just, use
Oh,
that
scanme.mmap.org.
It's crazy, man.
dash.
How one command
Oops.
pulls it. You can only just add on commands afterwards. Like it's just the base command.
Oh, it's got 8022 and 8008. I thought it only scans the default 1000.
It does the most common ones.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. So in the scan, it lists the port, which is here, port, and then the numbers associated with the port, and then TCP. There are multiple different types of ports, but TCP is the most common one that you'll see. And you can also scan UDP ports, like I said before, if you specify. Then it lists the port number, 0 to 100 default ports, 1,000 default ports. Sorry, I just got an email. And then it tells you the state, which I talked about before, and then the service it's running. SSH 22 is obviously going to be open because we just SSH'd into the system. So of course it's going to be open. Wait, I just scanned them, not me. What am I talking about? I thought I was scanning myself for some reason, but they have this open. I mean, obviously 80 is going to be open. They're running it. The website, it's website related. I'm not sure what 8008 is, but I'm sure you can look that up. I mean, you could just 8008 TCP port.
It could also just be where they're sending out network traffic from, because stuff may come in through port 80, but stuff may be going out through port.
Oh, it's authentication. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And then it tells you what services are running on the ports right here. So NMAP basically just reads or understands responses to gather information. We're going to talk a little bit more now about installing NMAP and ZenMap. Do you guys want to hear how to install it on Windows, or we just skip that?
I use Linux for NMAP.
I don't see there's any reason.
Okay, yeah, we'll skip it. We'll skip it. I mean, it's pretty simple anyway. I mean, it's Windows, but so for Kali Linux, it's pre-installed. So if you literally just type in NMAP, you see it's installed. Because if it wasn't, if I just put command not found, huh?
It'll also come up green, so you won't see it. It won't color in.
Yep. Oh wait, I forgot to zoom in on the actual, because you guys probably can't even see this that well. And I can't remember, isn't it like Control Shift plus or something, or like, how do you zoom in on this? Oh, there we go. Oh my God, beautiful. I'm so sorry guys, I haven't been thinking. Now you guys can see it. That's my bad, bro.
Increase the terminal size if you want alt text to show.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Sorry about that. I can't believe I didn't notice you guys couldn't see that. I mean, you might be unable to, but so if you type in NMAP like you said, it's colored in, means it's valid. So ZenMap is not, well, it is, what? They have, okay, so I guess we'll skip this. Huh, that's, well, on older versions of Kali, ZenMap is not native to the system, but I'm glad it is now. I guess I'm not gonna freaking go over it. I was kind of excited, actually.
Install process.
I was actually kind of excited to go over it, but I guess we'll just skip it.
Remember I said you should just get Kali and not Arch Linux or anything else? This is why.
Yeah, because if you have to do it
There's
all
no need
yourself.
to search for anything anymore. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of it. There are some things that just weren't there. Like one of the password cracking softwares that you needed to use that was specific to Windows for
The NTLO one.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Validity isn't on.
That's why we use VM, guys. We use virtual machines.
No, you actually have to
No, you
download
have
that
to,
one
yeah.
in. It's a pain.
So how do you use ZenMap?
Yeah, I'm about to go over that right now. So Cyber Rangers provides us. I'm not using my actual thing for this, bro.
Yeah.
How the hell do I get out of here? Am I?
Shut down, hit it, right? Shut down. 4 fingers, drag it.
I'm kind of scared, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. It looks weird on Mac, bro. This looks like I'm gonna play a video,
Download it separately.
but
Playing in the image there.
So Cyber Rangers provides us with a SSH
Windows Defender.
session to run, like authenticate into the system. So just keep them. Wait, can you guys? Oh, yes. Okay, great. So when you guys do this, just keep in mind that sometimes you need to run NMAP with sudo, which just basically means you're giving yourself temporary administrator privileges within the command prefix. I mean, the command syntax. Well, by the way, when I say syntax, the actual definition of the word syntax is like sentence structure. So literally, I'm saying when I say syntax, I literally mean how the command is written. Because if I were to talk about syntax, like in literary,
The formatting. And so
Yeah.
the formatting is wrong, especially when we're doing that one exercise where we edited something at the top of that URL up there. That's a syntax error because it's not formatted correctly. It's not the link it was supposed to be.
right? And if I saw like something,
Incorrectly.
and if we like saw like the Star Wars script or something saw Yoda talked, someone could say that syntax is awful because he talks backwards. Literally means that like his sentence structure is weird. But anyway, there's also diction, but this is not English class. So we'll start with NMAP. Yeah, okay, that's good. So we'll start with NMAP, and then the following are scan arguments. You can actually just run like NMAP and then just an IP address and just defaults all the options, but we're not doing that because we're too cool. We gotta put this stuff in manually. So hyphen capital F means that we're scanning, port scanning, and then we would just put an IP address in here. So I just ran the command ifconfig. This basically tells us our IP address right there. And it gives us other information. But this is useful to know because if you're connected to a network, like if you're connected to a Wi-Fi you want to scan, you can literally run ifconfig and it'll tell you everything you need to know and use. So now we're going to use this command, nmap --help. Okay, nmap --help. This basically kind of tells you succinct like how to use nmap basically. It's sorted into categories. Let me just run it. Wait, am I stupid? Oops. There we go. Oh, I capitalized it. Yeah, case sensitivity is important, guys. But it literally categorizes all the different things you can do with nmap, target specification, host discovery, scan techniques, all the stuff I said before. this helps if you need to figure out what prefix arguments you need to use. So if you're trying to do something specific, you can look here, figure out what you need to run. You can use ChatGPT to actually help you if you just are too lazy and you're like, NMAP is pretty well known. ChatGPT probably knows how to do it, and it probably does. I was doing some NCL stuff. I literally had ChatGPT do it for me just to see if it could, and then if it can't, you train it on the data that you can't do. Were you doing that?
No, I know
Oh.
he was about to say, yeah, you can install that into your editor, but I was like, I'm not. You weren't gonna say that? I thought you were.
That would be crazy work.
You
bro.
can absolutely do that.
You can, I'm not doing it.
I'm not, it's gonna be
I don't need
inaccurate.
webhooks in my terminal.
Just split screen it, man. That's what I would do.
So this prefix here, man, kind of will give us a more succinct, like if you're newer to this, it'll literally like kind of tell you the basics of what you'd be running. And then NMAP is the, I put NMAP. NMAP is just the utility that we're using. So if I ran it, yeah, it just gives us, oh, wait, what the heck? That's so weird. If I scroll down it, like, it only continues to, oh, never mind, I'm stupid. But it basically just gives us a more succinct, where is it? Yeah, it's categorized by, where is it?
Can you run manual with more?
Huh?
Can you run manual with more?
I have no idea. We just run ipconfig. Oops. So let me just use this real quick because I'm not about to give you guys my stuff. I'm just gonna use theirs. Oh, I really hope this works because on Windows it looks a little different if you paste selection on a VM or SSH like this. Oh, it does work. Okay. Wonderful. So we're gonna port scan our own system. Thanks, James. Let's paste this. This will take a while. By the way, if you ever want to cancel this, like you're running this and it takes too long, and you're like, I'm sick of this. How do I stop it? On Windows, I'm pretty sure it's Control-C to stop any background processes. Did it give me anything yet? Yeah, it did. All right. So basically, it's telling us to port 22, which is where SSH is in the system. It's open in the service, but it also gives us, where is it? The time and day, and year and whatnot, right here. Important for pen testers, for you guys to use to document. Pretty sure there are logs as well, which you can use. Oops. It scans 1,000 most common ports. You can specify it to scan. I think it's 65,389. You can specify it to do that. Just literally every single port you can think of, it will scan. But that takes so long, it's not worth it. So they just stick to the default 1,000. Hold on. Oh, there it is. The not shown 99 closed ports here doesn't mean it's actually closed. Could be filtered. It could be, there could be a firewall that it makes it say it's closed. Doesn't mean it's closed. Like I said before, it's just generalizing. But it could actually be closed. And then, I mean, that's it for the basics. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get more into this later on. I didn't necessarily want to dive too deep into it because I'm throwing all this stuff at you. I want you guys to process it because I remember the first time I learned about NMAP. I kind of had to like watch the video several times because I mean, you can sit here and look stuff up and oh, I forgot this, I forgot that. So I think it was a couple years ago. I had to continually watch it multiple times to kind of fully understand and memorize what to use and what to do. Just taking that time, especially if you're a pen tester, to kind of have to look this stuff up, it slows you down so much, especially in the grand scheme of things if you have to do that multiple times.
You can just use the manual for NMAP. You know,
Right, but if for
manual.
specific scenarios where you have to use NMAP in very specific utility that's not common, you would have to research it if you don't know exactly, how to do it or how to go about it.
Like the scripting engine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stuff for NMAP, you're literally just looking. That's like the main purpose of NMAP. You're just looking.
Right.
Like those ports, especially like what you said earlier. We have 99 closed ports, right? Let's say we had 200, right? Just 200 ports entirely, and there's 99 that are closed. We don't see the other ports, but if we did like a more in-depth scan, we could see those ports that were open. Or maybe they're like filtered, which means they're filtered to IP addresses. So at that point, you can go and figure out, hey, am I going to be able to make a IP address, or maybe try and get into that IP address to access the other ports that are open. So then you have privileges that you're overwriting. So things like that, where just because it says it's closed doesn't mean it's closed. And it can also be inaccurate as well, firewall, just like you said.
Gotcha. So right here, I can't do it on this system because it's literally just a terminal. But here is NMAP. It's the GUI version of this. So with these profiles, exactly UDP, all TCP ports, quick scan, ping, etc., regular, slow, comprehensive, etc. I wouldn't suggest doing this simply because when it comes to learning a utility, a GUI can change, subject to change. So if you're running a different version of Linux Kali, and they end up changing this GUI, that can screw you up. Oh wow, they have the prefix. Wow, that's actually kind of nice. Yeah, wow, wait, this is
It's
kind
gonna change no matter what. They change commands all the time for new updates anyways. It won't even matter at that point.
that's a
If
good
you're
point.
more comfortable with the GUI, use the GUI.
That's a good point. But yeah, ZenMap is fun. It's just literally GUI version of NMAP. I would.
It's like Wireshark.
You're saying GUI, right, GUI?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, my
You
bad.
said GI.
No worries. So in the context of scanning, I just want to make it clear. You literally can scan anything you want, and it's not illegal. It becomes illegal once you use the information you get. Typically, in most cases, I'm just generalizing. Don't take my word for it and be like he told me it's not illegal. But you can use it on literally anything. You can use it on Google.com. They won't do anything until you become a problem. But go ahead and play with it if you want to. There are some tools where it's like a more advanced, almost scanning tool. Not in the sense of like looking for ports, but there's a specific tool I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name, but it essentially lets you scrape websites by running like the typical malware that you not malware, but like the typical exploits you might use on a website, and it literally scrapes it all for you. It automates it. SQL injections, stuff like that. It'll do it all for you, and you can make it comprehensive. But the problem with that is you might get flagged or whatever. But my point is, a lot of this stuff is automated, and it's made convenient for you. Especially as a pen tester, you want to take advantage of those tools that do end up automating it. But in more comprehensive situations, you're gonna want to take a look at less automated tools, because you get pros and cons. If you go to the extreme automation, you lose that on specificity. Important information that you might not have gotten. But if you go to the extreme of manual, you're literally typing and doing everything yourself. No one wants to do that. So find a good in between, or use an extreme in the cases that you need to. But yeah, that's it for today's NMAP. Let's get out of here. But now that we finished, we got some questions for you guys to answer. I'm not helping y'all at all. So what service is running on port 22 on the Kali Linux system? I don't know if you guys remember. Yep. Well, so what is SSH?
Secure shell.
Right, okay, but what is it?
It lets you remote into a computer through a terminal. It allows for like administration.
Bruh. Okay, fine. Oh, name and I didn't even read that. Bro, imagine this was NCL. Yeah. Especially the name of the. Oh, I have to.
You gotta go back.
Sorry, I forgot the question. Oh. Just give it a second.
Dash F.
There we go. All right. Am I tweaking?
Probably gotta go more specifics.
Yeah. Hold on. Oops. Let me just take a look real quick. Am I tweaking? Oh. I don't remember how to check for the version, bro.
Give me just a second.
Oh, you're finding it.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what, bro? No one look at my ChatGPT history. How do I get out of here? This is a perfect use case scenario when you're using ChatGPT. Let me just use the video.
Dash S capital V.
Verbose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the. I remember. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I forgot about that. What was it
You
again?
don't need to use the dash F. It's just going to be S capital V with the dash. It's just the first 100 most common ports.
192.168.125.10. 192.168.125.
SV, not V.
10. Huh?
V for
V.
verbose.
Oh, you said V?
V.
Oh, okay. There we go.
V won't get you much.
Bro, what the hell? Yo, did this freeze up?
You missed the
Am I
dash.
tweaking?
Yeah, you need the dash in front of the SV.
Hold on.
Behind.
Bro, am I tweaking? I can't do anything. What the hell?
It crashed. It broke.
It's trying to run a thing that's not running.
I didn't even press anything. That was the weird part. But I'll just SSH back and do it. No way.
It died.
I'm resetting the environment. It's fine. No way. Server communication error is crazy, bro. It thinks I did the. Bro, I'm gonna have to relaunch the scenario. Oops. Hold on. I don't want y'all seeing this, bro. Oh, never mind. I'm good. So actually, look, this is a good chance to show you guys what scenarios we have access to now. What it'll look like for you guys. How the hell? So I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got access to NMAP. There's 101 scenarios here for this specific thing. Can it show me what I have access to? So we got senior pen tester, SOC tier 1 through 3, and then junior. I think that's it. That's for here. So we have access to I think it's around over 200 scenarios that we can do. But let me try and find the NMAP one that we just did. There it is. There we go. I think it just automatically closed because a lot of these scenarios will close after a long period of time.
Hello everyone, welcome to the NMAP.
It gives you videos sometimes.
You gotta re-edit it now. Steps.
Bro.
Try S capital S.
It's S capital V. Yeah, it's
S capital B, S capital S, so it's at least in half the packet. Takes half the time. It should.
That just does the SIN scan, so it's just sync was acknowledging.
all right. Fuck. What was it? S capital S.
Yep, and S capital V.
Bruh, I have to run sudo.
Don't do this, capital S, because I might do that.
Fuck. Oh, I'm so stupid, bro. That's actually sad.
Did not do the problem.
Bro, I knew I forgot my. Dude, no way. Oh, this isn't my freaking computer. Huh? No, it's hacker. All lowercase.
That's not a secure password.
Alright.
You can also press enter while it's loading and it tells you how long it has until it's finished. While it's loading a scan.
Oh. How does it want it formatted again? It's like.
Is it just open SSH?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the whole thing. Oops. Hopefully, I mean.
It's the only reason my accuracy is down on the NCL thing. 'Cause
You never know exactly how they need to put an example.
it
Alright.
said any format counts. 8 of them. What was the last one?
Hey?
It's off.
Bro, we just.
My
You think it's A?
Yeah, I think it is.
Would you guys agree it's A?
Dash A.
So you guys all agree?
Yeah.
Advanced, well, A stands for everything.
T4 is the amount of packages.
T4 means do it faster.
Yeah, it's like.
Alright, I'm gonna choose A.
V is verbose, so probably that's what it's.
True or false? In this scenario, I think it's running DB in like.
Yes. Official means any official. So like B means
That is not what that means. In this scenario, that's not what that
This
means.
is available now. Yeah, it is in the official, it's what you get off the website.
All right, I'll put true. I'll put true. Ready? I was just trying to tell you guys that this is an older version that we SSH'd into, that doesn't actually have it native. We actually, if we went through the process, we'd have to compile the source code ourselves and then translate it using Alien, which is a whole other package manager. But it's false on this scenario.
Oh, it's in ZenMap, huh? Okay. I just understood what I did wrong.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, stupid mistakes like that happen all the time. But so which one of the following commands can be used to install NMAP on RHEL? Which is you guys won't know the answer to this
I
actually.
have no idea what
It should be the third one.
Hold on, what is RHEL?
It's a package manager.
it would.
It's like one of the more common ones. So if you went on like nmap.org slash download.html and you looked at the like the packages offered, it would say RHEL usually.
I'm assuming it's Pac-Man.
I don't think so, but I'll put it since you guys. Yeah, it's not.
Yum then.
It's almost
It's
certainly
yeah.
It's
I-
Yum.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's definitely not
Because
sudo.
apt-get is just like standard for packet managers. That's used on
Yeah,
those things.
usually
Mint
Debian.
uses that.
Yeah, that's-
Debian systems use it.
Ubuntu, yeah.
And then I know Arch uses the Pac-Man manager for the most part. So it was the one I didn't recognize.
I was like, I only know Pac-Man. I'm just gonna guess Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's the only one I did.
That's what I use for Arch is Pac-Man.
So catch us next time. Probably we're gonna go through each of the different Nmap things, but next time I'll combine host and port scanning into like one scenario for you guys, so we can kind of speed up learning Nmap, because Wireshark is next up. Unless you guys want to pivot to something else, we have so many options, bro.
I wish I had a
Are you
login
using
for this,
Domain
dude.
Finder?
Do this
Huh?
all day.
Domain Finder, like Domain Finder.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's more useful when like you're looking at something like NMAP, because you would want to know either subdomain name or the IP address for the subdomain.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, you could do VM router too.
What do you think I'm doing in Linux? Oh man, I should say.
Also, for our competitive members, you guys will get your own comp account in which you guys can kind of use these scenarios for yourselves to kind of learn. And they kind of help you out with the learning process too. But there are some cases that you'll have to like kind of figure it out yourself, but it's very rare. So for our competitive team, enjoy this stuff because bro, this stuff is good.
How
For
did we get into it? I didn't know we had access.
you guys will get your credentials eventually, probably like the week after spring break.
I will be abusing them. All the stuff you can use here.
Yeah, just make sure that if you see someone running, because you guys are only gonna get one account, to share, but you can use multiple instances at once, so it's not like it's like crazy. But
3 a.m. time, guys. I got reserved spots at 3 a.m.
no, it's fine as long as like you guys can launch the same like scenario at the same time, but don't try to launch a different scenario while someone else is using one scenario. If you see someone trying to learn like Wireshark and you're like, I don't want to do that, just come back to it, or use Wireshark while they are, and you can learn it while they are. But that's just right now because
So I guess we should go in the lounge
next semester we'll have more licenses for you guys to use, which our members will be able to use as well. Oh my god, bro. Fuck. Bro, I have this killer headache right now.
That's really it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's 5:58.
Told you we would not have time.
You guys can talk the next.